What's up and welcome to a brand new Headbangers Kitchen Keto vlog. Today is a really special episode. I had a request on Facebook from Stan to cover all the spices that I used in my cooking so that you guys will have an idea of what you can stock up on to make all the wonderful dishes that I make. Now before I get into the spices, I will say something. So in my house, I live with my parents who are not on keto. We also have a cook who comes and makes lunch for my parents and cooks one meal basically. So she only makes Indian food. So there's one separate section which is basically all the stuff she uses, which I use as well. And there is another section which is just the stuff I use for all the non-Indian cooking. So I will show you those in two parts now. So let's go and see my stash, my personal stash, which I use and nobody else touches. Well, more or less. Let's go check it out. Alright, so here's my stuff now. I've got a biryani rice masala, which is a whole bunch of spices for biryani rice. I've got 5 spice powder, which is for all my oriental cooking. Sumac powder, which I haven't really figured out how to use properly yet, but it's got a lemony flavor, I believe. Some dried thyme, Cajun spice. Now this is some really good stuff, great to season anything with. A seafood spice mix, which I really haven't used much. Garlic bread seasoning, which is something that's a staple in everything that I use. Basil, of course, dried basil. Now we don't get the good paprika anymore, so I'm using the Kashmiri paprika, which is also great, but it's just not the same as the smoked paprika. Cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat. Coarse pepper, dried oregano, Jamaican allspice, some kind of soup seasoning grinder which has like spring onion and things like that in it. Red chili flakes, Malabar black pepper. Now this is my low sodium salt. And here is some sea salt which I use. So this is my little spice rack thingy majiggy with all the stuff I use. Alright, so here is the whole array of spices that we use in my kitchen here when people are cooking. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I'll go over each one of it with you. And of course you can see we're big fans of Nutella because these are all Nutella boxes that we've been using from the years. Anyway, the first thing here, let's talk about this thing now. This, my friends, is a quintessential Indian spice box. So what you have here is you've got red chili powder. In the middle I've got garam masala. On the left I've got turmeric. On top here I've got mustard seeds. This is urad dal, which we don't eat because that's on keto, so we can't have that. Then you've got cumin seeds here. And you've got coriander powder. And every Indian household has one of these steel bartans, as we call it, steel vessels with these spices. Alright, so here I've got dried fenugreek leaves, and this is what we basically use in the butter chicken recipe and in the chicken tikka as well, and a lot of other Indian dishes. This is basically fenugreek leaves. Yeah, dried fenugreek leaves. Here we have some cumin powder, which again is a staple in most of my cooking. Right next to it I've got Kitchen King masala, which is some kind of combination of masalas put together by one of these masala companies, and it's quite tasty and spicy, and it's used in a lot of dishes. Dry mango powder, which is again, well, I don't use much of it because on keto it's not really something we use, but when I make chole bhature or chana masala, I definitely put some of that in there. Got some green cardamoms here, as you can see. Bay leaves. In India we get these dried bay leaves. I've never seen fresh bay leaves, so we use these. In here we've got some dried red chilies, and this is essential for a lot of South Indian dishes. And here I've got something very interesting. It looks like those things from The Mummy Returns, those little scarabs, but it's actually just called kokum, and it's from the mangosteen family, and it's a nice sour tasting thing. We use it a lot in fish curries and things like that. Oh, it looks like some warped animal from here, but yeah, if you look at it from the top, it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's it. Those are the spices that I use. And I also found this chicken white korma powder, which I had purchased some time back, and some tandoori masala. Again, very essential for Indian food. Alright folks, so I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you got a good insight into my kitchen and what I use, and I hope you got some ideas from here as well. And of course, keep letting me know what kind of vlogs you'd like, because I'd love to keep making these for you, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Till the next one, cheers and keep cooking.